Welcome everybody to a brand new episode of Whiteboard Wednesday. Today's session is all about mapping. Why do you need to do it and how do you do it? So why do we need to map metadata? Well, as you can see here, this is a typical search interface. And in this search interface, we are displaying values from the index. So we have facets. We have content at the result level, like a title and a price. We also want to sort by certain metadata, like price. Even more important, in the background, there are things happening like boosting. Boosting will also make sure that certain content is being boosted to the top using probably metadata. Or we are using filters to filter certain content. So all of that is why you need metadata inside your index. Now that we know why to map metadata, let's see how it works. Here you see that we have a product catalog and knowledge articles. They both contain different type of metadata. Our index contains fields to store our metadata, and those fields, they contain, for example, an author. And what we need to do by mapping is to map for every repository how it describes the field for the index. So in this case, we would say, okay, the mapping is author. And then we know how to store that author field in the field called author. That's how we map the foreign metadata to internal fields available to the Coveo index. Now it's time to map the metadata. So in our connector, we define how to retrieve the metadata from the original repository. In this example, we have URL to image, which is coming from our REST API, and that is mapped temporarily to a MyMedia URL metadata field. That is passed to our mapping procedure. So inside our mapping procedure, we define how to map the external fields to the fields of Coveo. And here we see our MyMedia URL field, right? That is coming from the external REST API call, and it's mapped to a media URL field of Coveo. That media URL field is available in the search interface, and it contains the metadata value of the MyMedia URL. Now it's time to build the UI. This UI is built using the atomic components. And the mapping we previously did now pay off. Because using those components, we can display them as facets, as display fields. We can sort by them, or we could use them as boosting or filter parameters in the backend. So how do you build an atomic search interface? Well, by using the atomic components we offer. As you can see, we have, for example, an atomic category facet where you specify the metadata to use, and that will be displayed and rendered inside the user interface. We also have normal facets, we have numeric facets, we have display fields. Anything you need to build your UI is available in the atomic framework. And that was it. I hope you liked it, and I hope to see you next time.